Hello. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Philippines. Welcome to Cebu Third DEO for this pre-bidding conference as scheduled, November 18, 2024. But before anything else, please arise for a prayer.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Okay, so back here. Again, this is the pre-bidding for civil works. We have here three roads that we're going, the road construction and upgrading. Then there is one flood control and one multi-purpose building construction. So for the first one, we have the contract ID 24HF0110. The contract name is Rehabilitation of Flood Control Structure at Barangay Kanlumampao, Toledo City, Cebu. Location is Toledo City with a contract duration of 215 calendar days and the approved budget is 93,605,000. So we are going to discuss the technical aspect of the project and also the other aspects. We have here our construction engineers and the planning engineers, and of course the BAC members. Yours truly, Chairman. Okay, so we are going to call on the planning and design for the discussion of the plans and specification for this 110. Who will be the one to discuss this? Engineer Alpi Nino of the Planning and Design, member of the BAC, will be going to discuss the details of the planning and design. Okay, take it away.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. So for rehabilitation of flood control structure at Barangay Kanlumampao, Toledo City, Cebu, contract duration again is 215 calendar days. It composes of 3 sections. Total length of this project is is 457 linear meters. So for the items involved, we have provision of field office for the engineer, operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. For other general requirements, we have permits and clearances, project billboards, including COA billboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization and demobilization, detour or access road. For earthworks, we have clearing and grabbing, individual removal of trees, surplus common excavation, gabions, mattresses. Then for bank and slope protection works, we have reinforced steel, structural concrete. For the for the capping and revetment structure. And then we have furnishing of steel sheet pile grade 50 and steel sheet pile driven grade 50. So that's all.
Okay, that would be all for 110 regards to the planning, no? Detailed plans and the specifications. So we are going to uh, ask also the construction people regarding the construction methodology of this project. Sa may taga-construction na ba? Isa na lang, no? So we are going to go on and we will discuss that later. So we go now to F005, and this is about the rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged roads, primary road along Cebu Toledo Warp Road, kilometer 48 plus 546 to kilometer 50 plus 067. Okay, so again, we call on the people from the planning and design to discuss.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. For the project, asset preservation, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading along Cebu Toledo Wharf Road, Uling Toledo Wharf, kilometer 48 plus 546 to kilometer 50 plus 067 with a total length of 1.527 kilometers along located at Toledo City, no, with chainage 6342-7869. So the major scope of work for this project is the asphalt reconstruction. So meaning removal of existing damaged asphalt and to be replaced by new asphalt concrete pavement. So the items of work involves provision of field office for the engineer. And next is the other general requirements. First is the permits and clearances. Second is the project billboard with three quantities. So the billboard will be placed at the beginning of the project together with the COA billboard, and also at the end of the project, one DPWH billboard. So the specification of the billboard is based on the department order, and also it is reflected on the plans. Third is the occupational safety and health. For the earthworks, no, asphalt reconstruction involves removal of the actual structures and obstruction with 0.1 meter thick asphalt concrete pavement. So also we have items for involves in the solar street lighting. So we have structure excavation, foundation fill, and embankment from roadway excavation. For surface courses, there is this emulsified asphalt for existing pavement, and also The proposed thickness for the asphalt is 80 mm with 40 mm wearing course and for the advertisement have there is this bridge construction, but the item is under the bridge construction, but this item it involves reinforcing steel, grade 40, and structural concrete, which compose a total of 0.84%. So, bisag bridge construction siya, based on the department orders item scope of work, pwede gyapon siya ma-include diri sa mga road projects. Last is the miscellaneous structures. We've also included the regulatory signs, 450 mm for pedestrian crossing. So for this location, we've identified 6 locations to be sana mabutangan og pedestrian lanes. So 12 each ang atong pedestrian lane crossing, including ani siya sa post. And also for the regulatory signs, 450 mm for bike lanes. So also we have this standard plan for the bike lanes, no? So 12 each ang location sa signs, and also the markers for the bike lane is also included in the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white sa 612-1. And also for the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement yellow. And last is the solar street lights, the roadway lighting. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Pritchie. We now go to the third one. This is still about the roads, no? So access roads and or bridges from the national strategic public buildings. Construction of road, Barangay Colonia, Tuburan, Cebu. Okay, kindly go on. Planning and design section. Discuss the details of the plans. Anyone? Okay.
Good afternoon. For 25 HF 0017, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps, CPAG, access roads and or bridges from the national road leading to major strategic public buildings or facilities. Construction of road, Barangay Colonia, Tuburan, Cebu, with an ABC amount of 24.5 million. This project has 4 sections with a total length of 1,297 meters. Section 1 has 395 meters. Section 2, 407 meters. Section 3, 412 meters. Section 4, 83 meters. Items of work involved: Part A, provision of field office for the engineer rental basis. Operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. For Part B, other general requirements, we have permits and clearances. This will cover the notarial cost and application fees for the environmental clearances. We have project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and mobilization, demobilization. For Part C, earthwork, individual removal of trees, 150 mm to 300 mm diameter, small. Removal of structures and obstruction, this is one lump sum. This is for the removal of the existing spillway located in the Section 1. Removal of actual structures obstruction, 0.15 meters thick PCCP unreinforced. Removal of actual structure obstruction, 0.2 meter thick PCCP unreinforced. Unsuitable excavation for the for defining the riverbank in Section 1. surplus common excavation, foundation fill, embankment from roadway structure excavation, and subgrade preparation common material. For Part D, sub-base and base course, item 201, aggregate sub-base course. For Part E, surface courses, PCCP unreinforced 0.15 meters thick, 14 days. This will be for the 1 meter wide shouldering in section 1. Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.20 meter thick, 14 days for the major work concreting for the 4 sections. For Part F, bridge construction, we have reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40, structural concrete 20.68 MPa class A 28 days, lean concrete class B 16.5 MPa, and lastly, paint. These 4 items will be for the proposed 5-barrel box culvert that will serve as the replacement for the removal of existing spillway. For Part G, we have drainage and slope protection structures, stone masonry, gabions 1x1x2 metallic coated, mattresses 0.3 by 2 m by 6 m metallic coated, and filter cloth. For Part H, miscellaneous structures, we have warning signs, 600 mm W1-1A, horizontal alignment, sharp turn, left or right, that's only one. Warning sign, 600 mm W1-2A, horizontal alignment, reverse turn, left or right. Warning signs, 600 mm W1-3A, horizontal alignment, curved turn, left or right. Warning signs, 600 mm W2-5B, intersection and junction signs, Y junction. Reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. And lastly, we have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow. So that would be all for the 25HF0017.
Okay, thank you. We move on to 0028. This is about the construction of road, Barangay Kamugao, Pinamangahan, Cebu. Okay. Again, from the planning and design, we'd like to request for the discussion on this.
For 25HF0028, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, access roads and or bridges from the national road leading to major or strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Barangay Kamugao, Pinamangahan, Cebu, with an ABC amount of 4.95 million. This project has also 2 sections with a total land, with a net length of 406 meters. Items involve Part A, facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements, permits and clearances, project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and mobilization, demobilization. For Part C, individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter small. Removal of actual structure obstruction, 0.20 meters thick PCCP and reinforced. Removal of actual structure obstruction, 610 mm diameter RCPC. Surplus common excavation, embankment from roadway or structure excavation common soil. Subgrade preparation common material. For Part D, sub-base and base course, aggregate sub-base course. Part E, surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.20 meters thick, 14 days for the concreting. Part G, drainage and slope protection structures, pipe culvert class 2 RCPC, line canal, stone masonry, catch basins 910 meters diameter, and stone masonry. For Part H, miscellaneous structures, we have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. So that would be all for the 25HF0028.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So let's go now to the fifth one. This is the last project that we're going to discuss about the planning. So we have F0031. This is a construction, but this is a completion of multipurpose building at Barangay Tubud, Toledo City, Cebu. Okay, go on with the planning and design.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will discuss the Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building/Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction, Completion of Multipurpose Building, Barangay Tubod, Toledo City, Cebu. The scope of work of the project includes the completion of existing multipurpose building, which only covers the finishing and other civil works and some electrical and mechanical works. The total project duration is 90 calendar days and the ABC is 1,980,000. The items of work involved in the project, first we have the facilities for the engineer, is composed of provision of field office for the engineer rental basis and operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. Next part, the other general requirements, we have the permits and clearances. We also have project billboard and signboard, one for the COA billboard and one for the PWH billboard. Next, the occupational safety and health. And last is mobilization slash demobilization. Next part, we have the plain and reinforced concrete work. We only have one item. This is the formworks and falls works. Next part, the finishing and other civil works. First item is the plumbing fixtures. We also have ceiling for 0.5 mm metal frame fiber cement board. For our door, we have aluminum frame glass door swing type. For our windows, we have aluminum glass windows sliding type and aluminum glass windows fixed type. For our flooring, we have the glazed tiles and trims. We also have unglazed tiles and the floor finishes. We also have items for our painting works. First, we have the painting works, masonry or concrete, painting works wood, and painting works steel. We also have an item for metal structures. We have metal structure accessories, bolts and rods, and for our railings. Next part is the electrical. First, we have the conduits, boxes, and fittings. This is for our conduit works and conduit roughing ins. We also have an item for our wires and wiring devices. Next, the panel board with main and branch breakers. And last is the lighting fixtures. Last part is the mechanical. First, we have the air conditioning split package or split type. We also have an item for our fire extinguisher, 4.54 kilogram ABC with bracket. And last item for mechanical is the fire alarm system. So that would be all for the scope of work of this project.
Okay, thank you. So if there's questions, we would like to advise that reserve your question for the discussions first. No, so we go now to the construction, the methodology and other requirements as far as the construction of the projects are concerned. We go and give the floor to Engineer Dali, the chief of the construction section. Ano pa? Ay, sorry. Is there still? Oh, I see. Overlook. So we have still 1, 2, 3, 4 projects. We're going to continue with the discussion. So let's go now to 25X F0032. And this is all about the construction of road, Barangay Cabituunan, Toledo City. So we'd like to request from the planning and design again to discuss this project.
Afternoon, I'll be discussing 25HF0032 or the CSSP BIP Construction of road, Barangay Kabituonan, Toledo City, Cebu. Located at Kabituonan, Toledo City. With the station limits, duha ni siya ka section. Section 1 station plus 200 to station 0 plus 567. And then for the section 2, we have station 900 to station 1 plus 067. So ang section 1 is 200 meters from the highway and the section 2 is 900 meters from the highway. We have the total net length of 0.534 kilometers or 1.068 lane kilometers with a duration of 56. So for the items involved, we have the facilities for the engineer, the item A118, or the provisions of field office with a quantity of 1.87 months. Then we have the other general requirements. We have the permits and clearances. So this is for the application fee and the notarial fee for the environmental clearances. Since duha man ni ka section, we will apply duha ka buok nga permits. And then for the project billboard and signboard, we have 4 each, meaning butangan og kanang DPWH nga kanang billboard every section mo na upat ka buok siya. Then we have the safety and health, then the traffic management and the mobilization/demobilization. For the earthworks, we have the removal of the existing PCCP dito. 0.2 meters thickness nga PCCP. Then we have the surplus common excavation and then the embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil, and the subgrade preparation, common material. And then we have the aggregate sub-base course. This is 0.2 sa atong carriageway ang thickness and then 0.4 sa ato ang shoulder. Then we have the surface courses nga PCCP nga 0.2 meters thickness. So ang width raanin niya is 4 meters. So ato rang i-follow unsa may existing width dito. And then we have the miscellaneous structures, which is the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, which is for the edge of kanaang center line nga markings. That would be all for 25 HF 0032.
Thank you. So we move on to the 25H at 0035. Construction of road, Barangay Mag-awa, Alwa, Tuburan, Cebu. Okay, go on, planning and design.
Good afternoon, everyone. For contract ID 25HF0035, we have here the project name, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access road or bridges from the national road leading to major strategic public buildings facilities. And location of this project is Barangay Mag-alwa, Tuburan, Cebu. And project duration 46 days, total net length, and we have here the 0.268 kilometers. For the item involves in part A, facilities for the engineers, provision of field office for the engineers, and in part B, for the other general requirements, we have here the permits and clearance for the application and notarial fee, and for the project billboard signboard, and also occupational safety and health program, and traffic management, and we have the mobilization and demobilization. And in part C, earthworks, individual of removal of trees, and surplus common excavation for embankment from roadway, structure excavation common soil, and last for the earthworks, subgrade and preparation common material. And in part C, we have the sub-base and base course, aggregate sub-base course. In part A, for surface courses, you have here the Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced 0.20 meters thickness. And in part E, in part G, drainage and slope protection structures. We have here the reinforced steel grade 40 and structure concrete 20.68 megapascal class class A 28 days. This is for the catch basin. And we have also the 405, the structural concrete 20.68 megapascal class B for the foundation of stone masonry breast wall, cut type structure. And also for the 500 for 5 culverts class 2 RCPC and 0.091 diameter. And for the line canal stone masonry, and also have for stone masonry also, this is for the slope protection. And the last is for the part G is the hand-lid rock embankment. And in part H, miscellaneous structures, we have here the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking white and also for the yellow. That would be all for the 25 HF 00535. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So that's for F0035. Let's go now to 25 F0040, the construction of road at Barangay Manga to Barangay Kalangahan, Tuburan, Cebu. Okay, proceed now. Planning.
For the 25 HF 0040 or the CSSP CPAG, construction of road Barangay Manga to Barangay Kalangahan, Tuburan, Cebu, located at Tuburan, Cebu with two station limits, station limits. Section 1, we have the station 0+585 to station 1+165. And for the section 2, we have the station 1+726 to station 3+467. With a total net length of 2.321 kilometers or 4.642 lane kilometers with the total duration of 138 calendar days. For the items involved, we have the for the facilities of the engineer, we have the provisions of the field office and the operation and maintenance of the field office for the engineer. And then for the other general requirements, we have the permits and clearances. Since this is for the application fee, notarial fee for the environmental clearances. Again, this since duha man siya kabuk section, this is ang atong permits and clearances for 2. And then for the project billboard and signboard, we have 4 each. So na DPWH nga billboard for every section. Dayon have the safety and health program, the traffic management station/demobilization. For the earthwork, we have the item 102 clearing and grabbing. This is for the affected banana. Then we have of actual structures plus obstruction to 0.20 meters thickness na PCCP na naguba dito sa ato siyang gi-remove. Then we have the item 102, the surplus common excavation, and then the embankment from roadway structure excavation and the subrate preparation common material. For the item nga embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil, nani siya nga item, nani siya excavation at the same time nani siya subrate preparation. Mao nang katong mga portion nga na ay embankment kay gi-minus na to siya sa excavation at the same time wala siya subgrade preparation kay nana siya ana nga item. So kung ato na siya idunga madubli siya. And then ato sang gi-consider ang 25% nga kuan kaniyang shrinkage factor para sa ato ang embankment. And then we have the aggregate sub-base scores. 0.2 ang thickness sa ato ang carriageway, then 0.2 pod sa ato ang shoulder kay. For the next nga item, which is the 311B1, which is the PCCP 0.2 meters thickness, this is for the shoulder. And then we have the PCCP nga 0.28 meters thickness for the carriageway. So ang sa width sa ato ang shoulder na siya sa 1.5 ang iyang standard. Then we have for the carriageway natay 5 meters nga width. Then for the drainage and slow protection structures, we have a pipe culvert class 2 RCPC. This is 910 nga diameter for our proposed nga cross drainage. Then we have the line canal rectangular reinforced concrete. This is for the proposed reinforced concrete. Open ni siya nga kanal ug napo ni siya closed for the junction. Then we have the catch basin 910 mm diameter para sa atong cross drain, and then the stone masonry for the slow protection o ang ato ang outfall. And then we have the miscellaneous structures. We have the hazard markers 450 mm by 600 mm chevron signs. This is for the katong mga kurbadahon. Gibutangan to siya chevron. And then we have the trees furnishing and transplanting. And then we have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white for the markings atong edges and for the center line. And then lastly, we have the reflectorized thermoplastic markings yellow for the katong mga kurbada. That would be all for 25 HF 0040.
Okay, thank you, Doreen. So we will go now to the last one, 25 HF 0042. And this is about the construction of road Barangay Hagbuaya to Kanan, Tuburan, Cebu. Okay, planning, please.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm here discussing the contract ID 25HF0042 with a project title Convergence and Special Support Program Sustainable Infrastructure Project Alleviating Gaps, CPAG, Access Roads and / Bridges from National Roads, leading to major or strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Barangay Hagbuaya to Kanan, Tuburan, Cebu. With project length 3.36 kilometer or 6.72 lane kilometer, with a project duration 202 calendar days. So for the scope of works of this project, there is a removal of the existing damaged pavement and our proposal road concreting, which is 5 meter ang atong carriageway width and 0.23 meters ang thickness. Then sa atong shoulder is nagamit og kuan gyapon PCCP, which is 0.6 meters atong with both sides. Then there's a proposal sa atong isikilid sa atong project na atay propose nga kanal, which is stone masonry, and there's a proposal of slow protection in the specific area of the project and cross drainage. So let's proceed to the items involved. For the part A, facilities of the engineers. A118 provision of field office for an engineer, rental basis. Next is A1116 operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. Next part is the part B, other general requirements. So item B3, permits and clearances. Next is B5, project billboard signboards, which shall be located at the beginning and the end of the project. Then next is B7, occupational safety and health program. Next is B8, traffic management, and last is B9, mobilization and demobilization. So for the part C, next earthworks. Items involved are item 103A1, individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter. Next is item 1013B2, removal of actual structures obstruction, 0.2 meters thickness PCCP. So these items will be used in removing the existing damaged pavement there. The next is item 1023A, surplus rock excavation soft. So ang atong soil ito is na higher ang iyang CBR, which is classified as soft rock. So mao ang nagamit aning item. The next is item 1041B, embankment from structure excavation soft rock. Next item is item 1051A, subgrade preparation, common material. So for the next part, part D, sub-base and base course. Item 200 aggregate sub-base course, which is ang atong weight sa atong aggregate sub-base course sa atong carriageway is 0.2 meter thickness and our shoulder is 0.2 thickness gihapon. Next part, for the part A, surface courses. This is the main items, item 3111A. Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.2 meter thickness 14 days, which shall be used in our shouldering of pavement. Next is item 311C1, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.23 meters thick 14 days shall be used in our carriageway. So for the next part, part G, drainage and slope protection structures. Items involved is item 501B, pipe culverts class 2 RCPC shall be used in cross drainage. Then item 503G, line canal stone masonry. Next is item 502-3A3 for catch basins 910 mm diameter. And the last item is item 5061, stone masonry, which shall be used as head wall and also in slope protection structures. So for the last part, part H, the miscellaneous structures. Items involved is item 6122, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, which shall be painted in edge lines of our carriageway. Next item is item 6122, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow shall be painted in horizontal curve or in vertical curves of the project. So that was
Okay, thank you, planning. So we will now proceed with the discussion on the construction methodology. And we would like Ali Almirol to we have already discussed the planning, the construction, and the quality. So you may ask questions if we have viewers, no? So, no viewers, so this is for the record. And we are going to have this bid out by December 2. December 2 is the schedule. And there will be another pre-bidding on November 20. That's 20 is Wednesday. And the bidding schedule for those projects to be bid out by the November 20 will be bid out on December 2 also, no? Dungan sila. Okay, so with that, we're going to end our pre-bidding this afternoon, and I would like to thank everybody present in this room, and for those who are viewing later on, thank you also, and see you on the bidding day, December 2. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, and God bless us all. Time check now is exactly 3:10.